Number one, in terms of just saying, move before we move you. The assumption is that I have money to move. Even just moving from one house to the next is always, a significant. Right. There is a significant cost outlay. So I think leadership has to be sensitive to the fact that a lot of us, or a lot of residents, or a lot of Kenyans are basically broke.
Right.
So I think maybe a better advice would be then, as my colleague is saying, can we get a coordinated approach towards this emergency? I think the office of the deputy president within government is the one that coordinates government. We also have the coordinating agency, National Disaster Coordinating Agency, that can be able to just bring different people together. I think the last time we had a major crisis, I think it's Red Cross that really pushed. I think government has the mandate of being able to pull different stakeholders together to see what resources are there, who has what competencies, what is the situation on the ground, and how can we be able to deploy. Otherwise, if you tell guys, sort, then it becomes very difficult. There is no way I can sort myself. Right. So I think we need, the challenge around businesses are known. Right. I mean, if you have to look at SMEs, if you have to look at agriculture, if you have to look at they're known. I mean, the challenges are known. Right. So not to dwell on long-term, solutions, but for now, I think, based on where we are, I think, and in any emergency, even in a house, if you get someone who's sick and you wanted to buy a car, you stop buying the car. Of course. And sort out this emergency. Of course. So I think this is a disaster, or should be declared a national disaster, and coordinated effort to be able to quantify the losses and see or prescribe ways of supporting this. And this happened during COVID. We had the COVID stimulus program, which was like, businesses have been affected. This is our response in terms of programs, in terms of resources towards this particular sector. So there is no way someone whose maybe tomatoes have been washed, cows have died, and tell them, Gisort. I mean, you can't resurrect a cow. Of course. You have to find a program to ensure that, in the short term, in this emergency situation, at least you're able to replace the income as you look for a longer or medium to long-term solution to support them.
Victor, before we go to you, Anthony, I think I'll go to Nicholas. I feel like you have a point to add on to whatever Victor has said.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say, the way the national government has the Drought Management Authority, they should also have a national disaster or climate management. Right.
Because this is happening clearly. It's coming in strong.
Yeah, I'm saying that because, as you see, Kila County, Kila Ward should be having people who have been prepared. Right. When there is time come, they are ready for that. Right. There are people who should be educating the local community. Watu wamebeba na maji kwa sababu hawajajua. Watu wanafikiri ni maji ni ile mvua ya kawaida. Watu wana TV, wana radio, viongozi wafiki huko, wako hapa Nairobi. Right. Mwananchi wa huko, yeye mwenyewe atalia lilie nani. Right. So I'm saying this. The national government should be very, very serious. Right. Or make sure the budget for this disaster isiwe disaster ya karatasi. Right. Iwe disaster ya budget imewekwa kwa county, na sisi wenyewe wananchi waambiwe pesa iko hapa, na hiyo pesa itengwe shida kama hii ikitokea. Right. Kwa saini kisema, kama Narok County, wakati shida imetokea, kama watu wamepotea, sijaona magari imetoka ya serikali imeenda kusema acha tufuate wale wamechukuliwa na maji, hatujaona wale watu wakuweza kusaidia, ama ndege juu. So we want to see at least real action ya kwamba serikali shida imetokea, tumeona kazi yake.
Of course. As time continues to take, because I'm seeing the conversation is getting very spicy, but we're getting closer to 10:30 p.m. and it's getting me a bit, I would love for this to continue. Victor, before I give you a chance to speak, I think let me just get the sentiments of Anthony, because I feel like you've also been itching to add on to that. You have been, from this panel, chosen as, of course, the best prepared for disasters. The government is getting bashed quite a bit. Maybe you can give us a few statements on that.
Thank you. So nationally, in terms of coordination, we have the National Disaster Operations Center. Right. And they are already the lead in terms of managing the current floods and current disaster. So every day agencies are meeting at the National Disaster Operations Center, where we sit in that committee, and they're the lead in coordinating all of us.